computer. Yes, so once again, welcome to our session today. It will be a very, very short session where we are going to discuss how to run and it's how to run these projects that we will be actually working on during our AI engineering advanced series. So before we even proceed, if you download the folder and unzip it, uh, I want you to confirm with me kindly. You will actually see 4 folders. So let me just show you that one. So kindly confirm with me that these are the folders you have kindly. These ones here. So do you have the 4 folders? Agri Advisor, Data Mind, Insurance, AI, and PESA Agent. This means that you have downloaded the zip file from the Google Drive that I shared in the morning, and then you have extracted, you have actually extracted information in that zip file. So remember, I had shared with you a zip file called agents.zip, this one. So when you download it and extract it, you're going to have these 4 folders here. So these ones here. So I just wanted to confirm whether you have them, because these are actually the applications that we want to run. So these are actually the applications that we want to run. So kindly confirm with me that you have them. So I just want to see so that we don't leave anyone behind. Maybe we can start from Solomon. Solomon, you have it already. Newton.
I'm extracting them as we speak.
Okay, so that's okay. Which means you already have them. Michael.
Mine is still installing.
You still downloading this one? This one?
Oh, yeah,
Or
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. Still downloading. Almost
it's still
done.
almost okay. Ensure that you've downloaded, and then after you've downloaded the zip file, you will extract it. I hope you know how to do the extraction. Maybe I can. Okay. So you just right click on the zip folder, then you extract. Yeah. So Mbugu, Alex, Kim, Fatuma.
Mine is extracting.
Okay, that's okay. Kim.
I've already downloaded the agents. I'm
Okay.
currently installing the
Node.js.
Node.js libraries
Okay.
and PowerShell. Yes.
In the meantime, you can do you can extract the zip file so that you get these folders. Okay. So extract it. Just right click. You right click
Okay,
on the yes.
I think I've already extracted because I have a RAR. I use RAR, so they have already been extracted.
Okay, so Fatuma, are you there?
Mine is also extracting.
Okay. Then I think at least we are somewhere. So it means that majority you have downloaded the zip file. So you've downloaded this zip file. All right, it is. Then you extract so that now you get then now yeah, you get these folders here. These ones here. Okay. So that was very important. So as you are doing that one, maybe we can go through the document I shared just to understand what we are trying to build together. Yeah, so all right, it's here. Yes. So For today, we'll actually try to run Agri Advisor. You will also try to run Insure AI and also Pesa Agent. And then you're going to try for data mine. So these are just proof of concept. So they are not fully working application. Okay, so don't use them for production application. They're just trying to show that indeed we can use AI on different sectors of economy. And we are hoping that by the end of your advanced series, you should be able to come up with such projects. Yeah. Then, yeah. So I think that is what the disclaimer was talking about. So the first thing you need to have is you need to have Node.js. So Node.js is a very popular software. You're going to find it a lot, especially for software engineers. They use Node.js a lot. Because this is something we are going to discuss together in our advanced series. It is actually used to run backend services. Okay. So this one means that if you don't have Node.js, you cannot build a server. Yes. So it's good to know that backend is basically a server. A server. So a server is anything that waits for a request. Okay, I think I can demonstrate that one so that we understand it. I just wanted to get it clear why we need Node.js. So maybe I can open my VS Code and open my VS Code. Maybe I run one application. Let me just run one because I already installed them. So let me run Agri Advisor. Say the client npm node package manager start. So as we'll be discussing about these tools, something we'll talk about is client server architecture. So we're going to talk about that one together, client server architecture. So anytime you're building a system, you should keep in mind about client and server. So in other words, the front end, like what you're seeing on the browser, I hope you're seeing that one, it's called a client. So a client can send requests to a server. So in other words, a server waits for client request. Let me show you how this one works. Let's say I want to diagnose my crops. I want to diagnose my crops. Okay. So according to this system, I'm told that I just need to upload the leaf. I don't know whether I still have it. I'm not sure whether it's still here. Perfect. Yeah. So this is my leaf photo, and then signs and symptoms of this leaf. So I'll have to send this request to the backend. So from this client, we are sending a request of leaf and symptoms. And now the backend will process this leaf and give us back a response. So that is what we call a client-server architecture. So a client sends request, a server has to process that request and send us a response that we are going to see here. So it can tell us what this crop is suffering from. So that is what we call client-server architecture. Now, for you to start building a server or a client in that architecture, you need Node.js, and that's why we are downloading it here. Okay, it is actually used to build servers that can receive requests from clients. So remember, sometimes a client can be a web application like this one, because it's able to send requests to the server. It can be a mobile application, the one we build for running on our mobile devices, or a client can also be a desktop application. Okay, so these are capable of sending requests to the server, they are processed, and then we get a response. So that's the main reason why we need Node.js. We're going to talk about it a lot. It is the engine that powers our backend. So it means that without Node.js today, we cannot process this request that you are sending. So for you to have Node.js, I think I'd mentioned, just go to this website, you download it. I'm sure majority have done that one, which is good, but I hope now you understand what it is. Yeah, but we are going to still dig deep on it during the advanced series. So how do you know that you have Node.js installed? How do you know that one? How do you know that you have it installed? You will need, let's do this one together. You will need to open Windows PowerShell, or you can also open a command prompt. So whichever the one you want, I really prefer Windows PowerShell. So you'll need to have the Windows PowerShell, this one, and now run these commands. So this is the only way you can confirm that indeed you have Node.js installed into your system. So let me see whether I have mine. I just need to type node underscore underscore, two underscores, not underscore, but hyphens. Sorry, hyphens. There should be hyphens. And then you have version. So that is the only way you can know whether your node that you are installing was successfully installed. So I just want to confirm whether you're seeing that one. So like for my case, I have node version 20. You can have node version 24, 22, it doesn't matter. So those who are installing, have you tried to see whether you have node installed? Those who are doing the installation, have you confirmed? Nine amebaliza. I just want maybe two to confirm, then we proceed. Michael, have you tried it?
Not yet. Okay, I'm still extracting the files.
Oh, okay, but your node was installed successfully, Node.js, this software.
Yeah, but
So now
I'm
we are
seeing
trying.
it's still running on my PowerShell. I don't know what's running, but it's still downloading stuff on my PowerShell, so I cannot.
Oh, okay. I think there's something it's called chocolate. I think is it that one?
Yeah,
Okay, I
yeah,
think
yeah.
if you allowed, which is okay, it will actually install other tools. Normally we don't allow it, but if we allow it, it will take time. But eventually it will install other tools, which are very good. It will install for you Microsoft Visual and the rest. It's okay. I think it's okay, but I think that will take time. But eventually it will install, and then you will have to confirm whether you have Node installed. This is actually how to know. Okay.
Yeah. Noted.
Okay. Edwin, how is it? Have you tried to see whether you have Node installed? Edwin, or who else? Or Fatuma? Fatuma, are you there?
I'm still downloading.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Fatuma, you have Node installed. You have
Yeah.
Node installed.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay, okay. So after installing Node, after you've installed Node, there's something you're going to use a lot on Node. It is called NPM, Node Package Manager. I'm sure you have already seen that I've been using it to run the server. Let me just show you that one. Where is it? It's somewhere here. It should be somewhere here. Yes. Can you see this command I wrote here? NPM start. So it's a command that I'm using to start my server. So NPM stands for Node Package Manager. So in other words, a Node Package Manager, it is used to run applications that are built on Node. So you are using Node to build a server, but now when you want to run the server, you will need an additional tool called Node Package Manager. And later you're also going to see that node package managers are used to install additional packages. And a good example of an additional package is React.js. So if you've ever heard about React.js, you can actually say node package manager install React, and then you have React installed. So you're now able to build your front end using React, which we're going to talk about later. So in most cases, if you install Node, it already installed Node package manager, but sometimes it fails to install. So that's why I wanted us to confirm once again. For those who have installed Node already, you can now confirm whether you already have NPM. Because if you don't have NPM, now you'll not be able to run the server. And you're also not able to get additional libraries like React, Vue.js, Next.js. So these are packages that you can get from Node Package Manager. So let's try that one. So you can just say npm node package manager __ version, just checking whether it is already there. If you have it there, I think you are like 70% done with what we want to do today. If you have node package manager installed, and I have node package manager version 10.82. 10.8.2. So Fatuma, are you having that one as well? Or anyone who had,
11.9.
but you've seen a version, yeah? So it means you have it. Okay. So I think yours is it's the latest version, because you know this. I think it's you know this version 24, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, it doesn't matter the version. So long as you see the version number, it means you have it. And now if you have it, now you're able to use it for your application. So I hope you followed that one. You first install Node, and then you confirm that Node has been installed. And in most cases, Node comes with Node package manager for installing what we call dependencies. We are going to talk about them later, and also running our servers. So if you have those two, then I can say you are like 70% done. Because now the remaining part is to run the application. So you must have Node.js installed, and you must have Node package manager. Who else has managed to do that one? Who else? Nani Migine? Maybe
Mine
another
have
person.
installed.
That is Newton. That's okay. So you have Node, and you also have Node package manager.
Yeah, but the issue
Okay.
I think is with the extraction of the files. It says it has an hour. Are they that many?
Okay, I think they're that huge. Yeah, the files are very large. But I think if you already have these two, then you are like 70% done, because now after you've done your extraction, you just need to run the application. So it's already there. I think you're already somewhere, which I think you can even try after if it takes time, that is, you can even try it after the session. Yeah. Anyone else? So apart from Fatuma, we also have Newton. Anyone else? Yes, anyone else? Anyone else? So I think that what we've done is the most complicated part. The two parts, that is the most complicated part. Anyone else? Michael, I think you could have will take a lot of time, because you allowed chocolate, which is good, but normally it takes time. but eventually it will now install all the dependencies, including Node Package Manager. Yeah, so I think now we can go and now, maybe let me pick someone else here. Kim umefika wapi?
I think I'm still running the libraries in the PowerShell of the Nodejs.
Or you are trying to see whether they have installed. Have you seen the version numbers here?
No. Not yet. Let me share what
okay, I think you can share. It's okay.
Node.js.
You can just share. Maybe have a look. Yeah, you can share. You can share. Where is it now?
Yeah.
Because that is the most important part of the process. Then now we go to running the projects now. So we'll run them first, and then I will go back to the documents. So we'll run them first, then we go back to the document.
Version 24. I think it has installed.
Okay. So we've seen version 24.
Version let's see. Version 24.14.0.
Okay, that's okay. Can you try Node? What about the other one is Node Package Manager, NPM version?
Okay, just a moment.
But I think it should be there. If you already have Node, then in most cases, it installs NPM. But in very, very few occasions whereby you can install Node and not have NPM. So that means you'll have to install it additionally.
Okay. 11.9. I think it has installed. Eric.
Yes, I can see you already have them, Kim. Yes, I think you have. I saw them. So you have Node and you have Node Package Manager. So let's run the applications first together. Let's run the application first, and then now we can discuss more about what's backend, front end. Yeah, so we'll talk about that one because majority, I think we already have Olama. We already have it. So let's start by installing Agri Advisor. Let's start by that one. Let's start by installing Agri Advisor. So I want us to install Agri Advisor, and we are hoping to see the application running on our browser. So it's a web application, remember. So what I wanted us to do now, this one means that you have already extracted now. So that is now the other challenge. You have extracted the files that I shared earlier. So what we are going to do, open your VS Code, open your VS Code, open your VS Code, open your VS Code. Yes. And then I wanted us to open that folder specifically for Agri Advisor so that it doesn't confuse ourselves. So what I want us to do, I hope you're following, go to your file menu, top left, go to your file menu, and then I want you to open a folder. So remember, we are targeting to open Agri Advisor folder. So that is what we are targeting to open. So we'll have to locate where it is, where we have extracted it, and we open specifically Agri Advisor. Okay, so let's do that one together. Let's open that folder now. So I hope you can see my folder. It's here, agents. So this one is the folder that you have extracted. Okay, so it's already here. First of all, open that folder, and then specifically, I want you to pick Agri Advisor. I want you to pick Yes, I want you to open Agri Advisor, click on Agri Advisor, and then you select it now. Perfect. There you go. So now I have opened Agri Advisor. I've opened Agri Advisor. And I hope you can see that inside the Agri Advisor, we have the client and we have the server. So as software engineers, normally, if you're building an application, back in our minds, we'll have to think about client servers. Client sends requests, server process requests and gives back the response. Are we there? Maybe you also can confirm one or two, and then we run it. Are we there? Are we there? So make sure on your VS Code, make sure on your VS Code, make sure on your VS Code, you having opened Agri Advisor. So who can I confirm with? Yeah. Who can I confirm? Kim? Are you there?
I'm opening. I mean, yes.
Okay. So do that one. Make sure you are opening Agri Advisor. Fatuma?
Mine hasn't finished extracting.
Oh, I think, okay. Then you'll have to wait. Okay. So who can we refer to now? Now, let me see. Maybe we can wait for Kim because I think he was opening VS Code. Michael, what is your progress up to there?
Mine is also still extracting.
Okay. What about Newton?
Okay. Agri Advisor was the first file that extracted, so I'm not sure if it will work, but it's there.
But it has not completed extracting.
Yeah.
If it has not completed, you have to wait until it extracts all the files. Otherwise, it might come with errors. But I hope you're following. So if you will extract it successfully, you'll just need to open the folder specifically for each application. So maybe I can run mine. The good thing is that already we are recording the video, so you can still follow when you're done. So in software development, I'm sure you've heard a lot of people talking about front-end development and back-end development. Front-end development is the client. So it focuses on building the user interface. So the user interface is what users will see. Like what you are seeing here, these are front-end. It's called a client. But now there are things that happens behind the scene. As a user is working with a system, things will be happening behind the scene. Like sometimes we are checking whether we are actually working with the right user. It's checking whether we are using the right AI model. It's sending us test alerts. So that is what we call backend. And in the world of software development, backend are most of the time they are called servers. So what they do, they normally wait for client request. Okay. So one thing that we don't have here that we'll also add is databases. So remember, client and servers, they exchange communication in form of data. And this data in most cases is stored on databases. So we'll talk about that one on our advanced series. So now I want us together, we start. So normally you need to start by running a server. So that is where you start. And then you come back and run a client. So let's start with the server. I want you to open a terminal. Okay, you just need to open a terminal. You'll actually open two of them. You'll need to open two terminals here. So the first terminal will be used for client. And then let me open another one. Another one will be used for running server. So I hope you can see here. I hope you're taking that one. On my left side, we have two terminals. So you're able to switch between one and the other. So these are two different terminals. So make sure you have two. One for running client, another one for running server. Are we together? One for running client, one for running server. So let's start with running server. You can pick whichever the one you want. Let's start with the first one. I hope you can see where the blue is the first terminal. So on my first terminal, I want to navigate to server. So from my system, which is called Client Advisor, I want to get into my server. Yeah, so navigations in command line, these are command line interface. You are navigating somewhere. You normally use the change directory command. So if you're going to see most people typing CD. This one means that now from this directory of Agri Advisor, I want to change that directory. Change directory, and then we navigate to server. So remember, the name must be exactly the name of this folder. Remember, this is a folder, so it has other files. Can you see? So it has other files here. So let me navigate first to the server. So make sure you type the name exactly the way it has been created here. It's the backend. So those people who build servers are called backend developers. So let's go to the server, press enter. Now you can now compare that from our Agri Advisor folder, we are inside the server. Can you see that one? And if that is the case, I hope you're seeing, maybe I can increase it. Yes, I hope you're seeing now. I hope you're seeing that one. So if that is the case, let's try and start our server. So how do you start your server? Remember, we just use npm. So we talked about node package manager. So you just need to type npm start. So I am inside the server. I want to start my server. So nothing would happen because it's like we build a server to wait for client requests. So nothing is happening. So this is a server. This is what we call a server. It is our Agri Advisor server. So what this one does is that it waits for your request now and then process those requests and gives you back the response. And in most cases, this server generates logs. So I'm sure you've heard about IBC server logs. So with a server log, we're able to know what was happening in that application. So it can log what happened on every instance. Right now, nothing has happened. So our server log is empty. Together, so that is the server. And then finally, let's power the client. So I want you to go to the next terminal. I want you to try out the next terminal. So remember, the first terminal is already running our server. And now the next terminal, can you see this one here? And for this next terminal, we are navigating to the client. So it is the front end, and it is responsible for bringing the user interface. So which means that after running the client, we should see an application running on a browser. So let's try that one. So we are inside the client. From our Agri Advisor, we have changed the directory. Now we are inside the client. So this is actually the path. It's called the path. The folder is on my desktop. I have a folder called agents. Inside that folder, I've opened Agri Advisor. Now we are inside the client. And just using npm, now start your client and see the magic. Yeah. So now I'm opening the client, just press enter. And now this one has to open application. So this client has been built using React. So it has been built using React. And you should see an application running. So this client is running on this local host. Sometimes a client can run on a server host like marshall.co.ke. That is the host. But because it is running on your machine, that is what we call a local host. And every time you run an application, you need to check the port number. So this is the port number. It is like the channel that our application is using to send the request. So this is an application now. And that is actually the entire process of building application. And right now we are talking about building now AI-powered application. So this application is actually firing Llama 3.2. Are we together or any question? I think now you've done a lot up to there. Are we together? Any question?
Can
I
you
think I should now go back. Yes, I can
Can you
repeat. I can do.
repeat from the point where you are running the terminals? I think I was lost there.
Okay, sure. So for all back end and front end, all of them.
Yes. Just go back to VS Code.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I think I will have to close these terminals. Let me close them, kill them, and even kill a terminal. So now I don't have any terminal running. So if you go and check your application, it should now tell you. Okay, I think I had closed them. I wish I did not. So are you there now, Kim? Are you there now? You're here.
Yeah, we are here.
Okay. So what the first thing I've mentioned, you open two terminals. One terminal is for running the client, the other one is for running the server. So let's do that one. Go to the terminal, create a new terminal. This is the first one. Can you see the terminal here? This is the first one. Let's create another one. New terminal, the second one. So they must be two. So confirm you're there.
Terminal. New terminal. Terminal. We are good.
You're good. Now you have two. You've confirmed there are two on the left side.
Yeah, terminals.
One,
yes.
two. Yeah. So in most cases, if you are running an application, you normally start by running the server, and then you go to the client. Okay. So on the first terminal, you can pick whichever the one you want, but let's go together. The first terminal, we want to run the server. Then the next one, you want to run the client. So I've been talking about file and folder navigation. So in most cases, we work with this command, say D. So it refers to changing directory. So we are now saying that from Agri Advisor, remember right now we are in Agri Advisor folder. Can you see? We want to navigate to the server. So that's why we are now saying change directory to the server. I just confirm whether you're there. And then you press enter. Are you there?
Yeah. Yes, this. Okay.
So that one means that now you are inside the server. Can you see? So I want you to try and start your server. How do you start your server? You use Node Package Manager. So you just need to say npm and then you start. We are going to learn all these ones from scratch, I think, in our advanced series. So they should make sense, more sense in that level, I think. Have you typed npm start? npm start.
Yeah, let's see.
Kim, so you're waiting. Now try to press enter
I
and
think it's
confirm that you're
allowing
seeing exactly what I'm seeing here.
allowing
Allow
fire
that one.
allowing firefox.
Allow the firewall. Yes, yeah. Press allow, because sometimes servers can be blocked by firewalls. Especially in terms of cybersecurity, you can create a server to steal information. So remember, firewall has to check whether it's the right server. So you are allowing it because it's your own server, so it's not harmful. If you allow it, are you seeing what I'm saying here?
Yeah, localhost 3001.
Good. Okay. So this one means that your server is running and it's waiting for your request. Okay. And every time we send a request, we generate a server log here. So that is the first part. Now we are at the last part. So let's go to the next terminal. Let's go to the next terminal. Yeah. Okay. So it's the same process, but now we are navigating to the client. CD, change directory, go to the client. Go to the client. Go to the client. Yes. There you go. And then you press enter. Then you should see that from your Agri Advisor folder, you are inside the client. And then you type npm, you start the client. So let me know whether you're there.
There.
You're there. Okay, so because this is a client, when you press enter, you should expect to open this one in a browser. So that is what we're expecting to see. And this client, it was built using React. That's why it's opening React scripts. These are some few logs, and then you're there. So I want to see. Now let me know whether you're seeing the application. That one happens automatically. You're using development server. Sometimes you also have production server. Yes, let me know. Are you seeing an application running now? After going to the client, and then you start the client using npm. So it's opening on the browser. Hello?
The base code is running. I'm giving it time.
Okay. Oh, okay. Can you share your screen? I think maybe it has given you the link. Can you share your screen? Maybe see.
Just a moment. It's server.
Yes.
Starting developer server.
It's opening developer server. Okay, so it's almost there. Are you seeing this one? Starting the development server.
Yeah, starting development. Okay, it has opened on the browser.
You've seen the application running now.
Yeah, it has opened a tab in the browser.
Okay. And you are seeing the application running now.
Yeah, local host. I think it's running. It's running. It's all good.
Okay. Okay, that's good. So I hope you now, for those who are still extracting, that is actually the process. You just need to have two terminals, one for server and the other one for client. And the best way to do it is to run the server, and then you go back and run the client. And now that is the application. So within this application, this client, we can send requests to the server. I don't know whether you can have one. Yes, I can even send this request. So let's try this request. Yellow spot. So the request is that we are requesting the server to let us know the problem that our maize plant is suffering from. So the client has the information. If we click on diagnose, now all this information have been sent to the server. I don't know why it is translating to Kiswahili. Remember, they are prototypes, so they are not ready. And you can even see it saying good morning. It is analyzing this information that we have sent from the client. So what the server is actually doing that one now. It is analyzing the information that we have sent. And when it has the right response, because you see, it's even using AI, it will give us back a response. Yeah, so that is actually how we build application by actually referring to client-server architectures. This AI is too slow, it's running locally, that's why it takes a lot of time. And what we are seeing here, can you see this? It's actually a response that has been sent from the server. So this response was sent based on the request that we sent earlier here. So that's actually what we call client and server architecture. So you're going to try that one together for now the other applications. So if you want to try out the other application, it's the same. You just need to go to your VS Code, you open insurance, Insure AI, you run server, you run client, you see it running here. Anyone with a question or a challenge up to there? Anyone with a question? Fatuma, how far are you?
The extraction process seems to be a bit slow.
Oh, it's still extracting. I think they'll have to give
Yeah.
it a wait. But I think now, if they have extracted successfully, you'll try for Agri Advisor, then you try for the other ones. The other ones are, you will avoid data mine for now. I think data mine is too heavy. You try for insurance and Pesa agent. All of them should work. So what have we done? I think what we have done is what is being explained on this document. Okay. So what is being explained on this document? I think it was mainly talking about, yes, this part here. So from Agri Advisor, we go to the server. In most cases, we will need to install all the libraries that our server needs, which I think we already have them after. That's why it's taking time to extract, because for those zipped folder, I had installed for you the libraries. And then you just need to start the server. And then you do the same for the front end. You go to the client, you install all the dependencies that your front end requires, and then you start it, like React and the rest. And then it opens, the client opens on localhost 300, port 300, exactly here, localhost port 300. Yeah. So I would be hoping that now from here you try for the same insurance platform is the same, and then finally you try for Pesa agent is the same. But basically that is the process of running those applications, where frontend is using port 3000, backend is using port 3001. Yeah. Yeah, I think that is it for now, the installation part. For more of these concepts, server, client, a local host, port numbers, what else? All this stuff, I think we'll now discuss them on our advanced series, because with our advanced series, we'll be hoping to build such kind of an application that people can use, production ready, and also they are powered using AI. So I think that was it for me today. Unless now you have a question on your end.
Just
There
one.
was this. Oh, okay. You can start.
Yes.
Okay, I guess I was just wondering. Yesterday we did a one with the code, and today we've done backend and frontend, and it has got an application. I don't know, is the code placed in the files we are extracting? I don't understand.
Oh, okay, that's a good question. That's a good one. That's a good question. So, the application that we are seeing, they are built on frameworks. Like for this is the backend, this is the front end. So this front end is using a framework called React.js, this one here. And inside React.js, let's just open the client and see what happens. Let's see that one. This folder called Node Modules has all the libraries we need. And that's why you've seen it's taking a lot of time to extract because it works with a lot of libraries. So that folder has a lot. Okay. Yes, so that is the first one. Most people, we don't even touch that one because we just need to say npm install and then we install all the libraries we need on Node modules. Now for your question, Newton, can you see that folder called public? Can you see that folder called public?
Yes.
This one now uses HTML. So remember, while we were talking about Streamlit, we were saying that Streamlit is used to build prototypes. Okay. And what Streamlit was doing, it was actually escaping the need for us to learn HTML. Can you see this part? So with Streamlit, you can just run application without using HTML. But there was somewhere we had mentioned that for production ready application, we will need to learn other tools like HTML, this one here. Okay. Then this HTML requires some resources to work. And because it requires some resources to work, that is the main reason why we have the SRC folder. Can you see that one now? This one here. And these resources are a lot. Okay, they are not that many. One resource we have is, this one is called JSX. We are going to talk about JSX a lot on our React classes, where the first resource we need is the designs, like the colors. These are the animations or the fonts. I think these are the fonts we're using, beta, this one, the animation, and then now this is what we call JSX. So basically, I hope you're now seeing, Newton, that application is being generated from this code. And this code is using tools like HTML and CSS and JavaScript that we were trying to avoid on our Streamlit classes. So during our advanced series, we will have to learn, which are very simple, they are not that complicated. We'll have to learn HTML. I think this one we can even give it a week. We'll have to understand what is HTML first. Then from HTML, we'll actually have to learn CSS, the cascading styling sheet. And then lastly, we'll have to learn JavaScript, like this one here. Now, from using those three technologies, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, we are now able to build production-ready front-end design. I hope I've answered you, Newton, now. I hope it makes sense. They are not folders. They have some files here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then this package of .json is a very important file. We are going to talk about it because it tells us how to run the app. Like, for example, if you're seeing this script, it's trying to tell us that if you say npm start, it will run the React script for starting our application. If you are to build this application on our server, you can even say npm build, then this application will be built on a server. So it's something we're going to talk about later. It's also giving us the port and the link where the application will run and so on and so forth. I hope I've answered you, Newton, there. So this is actually what now Streamlit is avoiding. So with Streamlit, you don't need to do HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You can just build a prototype very fast before now thinking of coming up with production application. Yes, I hope I've answered that one.
Yes.
Anyone else? Okay. Anyone else now? I think there was another question.
Eric, I was asking on the, don't share the code on the assignment for the weekend.
Okay, yes, I think I'll share it. Okay, I think I forgot then. I'll share it right now after this session.
Okay.
Okay. So that you can even compare between how Streamlit works and how now production-ready applications work. Can compare the two. So I'll share that one. Any other concerned?
Hello.
Yes, hello. Is it Michael?
Just a question. Yes.
Yes.
How come
Yes.
you're using all these frameworks and you're still saying it's not production ready? Like, what's the difference? Or how do you go about
This
it so that you can be...
what we are building here is now how production applications are built. Are you getting that one? What we are doing exactly here is actually how production-ready applications are also built. Okay? So while you are building it, we call it development. Remember, you are still building a production-ready. But as a developer, you'll first need to focus on development. That's why you're using development server. And then you move to production when you're now doing the hosting. You are hosting it on a domain like marshall.co.ke, or you can even buy a domain like agriadvisor.co.ke, and then you host this application as a production. So this is a production. Okay, this is the process of building production-ready application. If you were to build a prototype, I'm sure you could recall you were talking about a prototype. That is now when you use Streamlit, because Streamlit to make it easy for you to come up with an application, but as a prototype. Sometimes these Streamlit applications are also used for production, but most of production applications are normally they use search frameworks like the ones that use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Are you getting that difference now?
Yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah, because I'm sure you've seen a lot of companies are hiring front-end developers. Sometimes you hear another company hiring back-end developers. So it's a company. It's focusing on building production application that people can use now. They are not prototypes anymore. And now that's why front-end developers will focus on building the client, what people see on the screen. And then back-end developers will focus on building what happens behind the scene of an application. Yeah. I hope I've answered that one now.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So I think anyone else with a question up to there? Yeah. So then it means that for our AI engineering intermediate series, we've done quite a lot actually. We've done quite a lot. We've done quite a lot. So the most important now element that we've not done on our intermediate series is agents. So we can now introduce agents tomorrow and through the course of next week. And then now we finalize with our project implementation. So remember, during your project implementation, you'll just work with either Streamlit. You can just work with Streamlit to come up with a prototype of what you think you might want to build as a production-ready application. So we are remaining with, let me repeat, we are remaining with AI agents. We need to distinguish between AI-powered applications and AI agents. Because if it's an AI agent, then it has to think and act autonomously with minimal human intervention. So that's what we'll be now talking about. And then we finalize our AI engineering intermediate series. When we come back to advanced series, we'll actually move from AI a lot to development. So we'll actually be talking about deep building something that people can use. So in our advanced series, our main focus will be front end, back end, databases. What are the best frameworks that people are using to build these applications? Like for client, I think so far so good. The best framework is React. I'm sure some of you have heard about React.js. It's one of the best framework you can use to build a front-end application, because user interfaces that powered using React are very beautiful and also very interactive. And then during the advanced series, we also talk about backend. We'll talk about Node. We'll talk about Express.js. I hope you're seeing this one here, Express.js. And also we talk about databases and APIs. Yeah. So I want to stop there for today. If you want to know whether you've understood it today, now you try to run a different application. Like now you try to run insurance and also the PESA agent. So any final question or concern before we call it a day? I think for me, I wish to stop there for today. Yes, Edwin?
Can this application be deployed?
Yes, it can be deployed. Can you see here? It's talking about. Let me take you back here. Right now here, it is talking about development server. Okay. So when you're finished developing this application, you can move to production server. Are you getting that one now? Production server. Yeah. So a production server is actually where you buy a domain. Like for example, you can decide to go and buy a domain like agriadvisor.co.ke. I don't know whether it's already there. Let me just confirm. If I type agriadvisor.co, I hope it's not there, or .com. It doesn't matter. If it's not there, it's not there. Can you see we don't have any application called agriadvisor.co.ke? So we can go and buy this domain. It's called a domain. This is called a domain. It's actually the name of the application on the internet. That is what we call a domain. And these domains are normally bought on third-party companies like, there are so many companies that sell this domain. I think I can think of Truehost. This company, you can buy domain here, very, very cheap. I think it's around 700 bob, if I'm not wrong. You can buy a domain here actually. Let's get a domain here. We also have other companies like Sasa Host and so on and so forth. So basically, you can host this application when you are done with development, because from development server, which is the local host, is actually the development server, we can now move to production server. So production server is now a server that you buy using a domain, and then you host your application. I hope I've answered.
Okay. What if I've also heard about Azure, GCP, and the AWS?
Yes.
What are they used for? What are they used
Good.
for? reduction and the deployment.
Okay, so Microsoft Azure, I think we also have Google Cloud Platform and Amazon Web Service. So these are cloud technologies. They are cloud technology. Let me give you a scenario. You have deployed this application to a server like from TrueHost, okay? You have deployed an application to a server like TrueHost. And then it comes a point whereby this application Agri Advisor is being used. It is being used by a lot of people. We can even talk about 3 million Kenyans are using Agri Advisor. So there comes a point whereby these local hosting platforms like TrueHost cannot handle the requests, or they cannot handle the data that we have. I'm getting that one. So they cannot handle it anymore. We have a lot of users, which means that we have a lot of requests. So in that scenario, you'll have to think about cloud technologies that can handle a lot of users and a lot of requests. And actually, that's actually where we have Amazon Web Service, AWS. If you're a company like Safaricom, they are hosting data from millions of Kenyans. So they cannot host their data on TrueHost. It will not be possible. They will need to think about tools like AWS, or they can even work with Microsoft Azure. And you can even see that their names are so big, so they have big servers that are very fast to handle a lot of requests. So in other words, AWS, Google Cloud Platform, and Microsoft Azure are normally used when you have a lot of data to store and a lot of requests to handle. And when you want to improve on security, yes, like Safaricom, the information that is being stored in Safaricom must be having extra security. And that's why they're thinking about those cloud technologies like AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. Have I answered? Okay, I think it's not even in. So, but I hope I've answered him. Yeah, so I think we can stop there for today. And then we meet tomorrow. We now introduce AI agents. So have a good night and bye-bye. Enjoy your evening.